Hey guys, Rob with Next Gen Writer here. So if you saw my overview video, you know I'm looking at the app called TourStart. Pretty excited about it. I see a lot of capability there. So let's take a look at the tour editing portion and get some insight into mapping what we can do with this application. So as a point of reference, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a route in Google real quick, and I'm going to say we're going to take a ride up to Bel Air. So I'll just let Google create some directions. I'll do a little bit of editing. Let's see, we'll take the destination and adjust it to where my Airbnb is. Move that up there. And it has us taking the northern route in by the lake. Let's say we want to change that. We'll take the southern route. It's a little longer, but a little bit more fun. We're taking the CLX, SCTEX. This is all expressway. That looks good. And we're routed on the stage 3 bypass to get through Manila as quickly and painlessly as possible. And we start from the house down here in Das Marinas City. So pretty good route. I like it. I've driven it before. Makes perfect sense to me. So now let's go over to TourStart and see how it works here. So in the map view, you want to come up here and click the Create Tour button. And we'll start by giving it a destination. And we'll select the Bel Air. And then we'll have it start. We'll select the start and then tell it we want to start from our home position, which you set up in the profile. And now it has thrown up a route. So let's do the same thing. Let's make a couple of edits to see how that works. This is taking us into city, so we'll move this up here to where the Airbnb is. I know it's there at the end of that road. And let's say in this instance we want to take the northern route. We can adjust that very easily, swing by the lake. And we are taking the SCTEX Expressway, so that's all good. This is the, oh, okay, so I made a mistake there. What I like about this software, I can quickly do a go back and make an adjustment. Okay, so this is all NLEX. So now let's take a look at what's going on here in Manila. This is where we have a bit of a problem. So the map they are using on the web app does not show the stage 3 bypass, expressway bypass. Now probably, you know, a good 60 to 70% of my rides go north to North Luzon Island. There's a lot of good writing up there. So it's a bit of a problem for me. Of course, I know how to navigate this. It's not that big of an issue, but you know, navigation should be accurate. It should be precise. So there's a problem here. Now I can tell you that the mobile app will prompt you to do a map download, so you don't have these problems with the map, you know, some delays for resolving the map. It's very, very quick. And that map is accurate. It has the stage 3 Skyway bypass. And what I did is, there's also a route builder in the mobile app, which is nice. Sometimes you're on the road and things change and you need to create a route real quick through the mobile app, and you can do that, which is fantastic. So what I'll do is we'll save this as Bel Air and we'll close it. So what I did is I created that route in the mobile app, which used the bypass. I will zoom out. And I called it Bel Air Test Route. So now I'll select that route here in the web app, and you can see what it did is it just altered the route and basically put me on surface streets going through Manila up here to this interchange to pick up the NLEX Expressway again, which is not ideal. I mean, this could literally represent an hour plus to 2 hours of driving, depending on the time of day I was to go through there. So that's a bit of a problem. Now, this uses leaflet JavaScript, so all the layers are available that would be available, say, on DMD2. They use the same type of platform. So I think that's easily fixed. And I've tested this with DMD2, and it does have updated mapping and can accommodate mapping through Manila, no problem. So there's a little bit of an issue there to fix. All right, what else can I show you here? There's a lot, I'm just kind of touching on the highlights here for route planning. We can create a tour. It also has this finger draw feature. So you click start draw route, and then you can just use this finger pointer and choose your route. Doesn't even have to be super precise. And then it will overlay the route and create the waypoints for you. So that's very, very cool. An easy way to drop in a route. What else can I tell you? And then we have current tour would be clear. Yeah, that's fine. We'll clear that. And ride twister. So evidently this is a tool to give you twistiness, and we can recalculate. So you set a start point and a finish point, and then it will generate routes to give you twist. So that's pretty cool. And again, I haven't watched the tutorials on this yet. I'm sure there's just a ton of features. I browsed them, at least a list of them. So this isn't meant to be an in-depth tutorial. It's just to kind of give you an introduction and maybe highlight a couple of things that need to be improved. Okay, now the last thing I want to talk about is trail riding with TourStart. It's not going to be a great solution for that right now. So I'll show you. I've moved to an area in Arizona that I used to ride a lot, did a lot of off-road riding here. And I'll zoom in and hopefully this resolves. Usually it takes it a bit to get the detail up, but it's coming. So you can actually see the trails here in the TourStart map. But the problem is, let's see, I'll put a start point, we'll create tour. I'm going to come over here to the highway and set a start point, and it's going to adjust it, get it on the highway. And then we'll come here to a trail and mark, and it can't put the pin there. It moves the pin over to this portion of the map, but then it can't even route to that portion. So to contrast that, I'll show you in Google Maps. Google Maps is pretty much useless. You don't even have visibility here. There's a little bit, well, I guess the trails are there, but again, you can't some of them you can, yeah. So some of it works, some of it doesn't. It's hit and miss here. So that's where DMD2 really shines. So you have all the trails clearly marked. So I don't know what layer they're using, but you can come over here and then start on the highway, dig down into one of these trails. Let's go to the end of this trail. Takes it a minute to calculate. And there's your route. So it's taking you back up the highway. You can actually get there through this trail network. So let's see if we can make a little adjustment. We'll put that there as a waypoint. Yeah. So not perfect here on DMD2, but you can, once you get to know the application, you can actually create routing on these trail maps, which is nice. So that's really not going to be an option on TourStart at this point. I think they could get there. I think the map layers are available to all the developers, and it would be really cool if they could get that feature set into this application and let us get more detail. I mean, we can see the routes, but not all of them. A lot of them are here. Let's see. It's just really, when you drill down, it's yeah, there's certainly not as many trails marked. But if they can get access to that layer and then get the routing working, that would be pretty cool. But for your average tour, this is going to work fine. But we do need to see the maps updated, and I think that's all it is. I think they're just probably tied into an older map, and we just need to update that, and then we can get routing resolved and tour the most accurate routes for our tours. Anyway, so that's it. Kind of my insight into TourStart.org tour planning or route planning, and I'm going to keep playing with this app. I'm still hopeful for it. I'm gonna keep using it. I think I'm going to buy this thing when my trial runs out, but I'm hoping it can be improved. Thanks for watching.